Good afternoon, folks. I wanted to talk to you today on how you can extend your growing season by as much as 3 months or more, growing a cold weather crop under a mini hoop house. And you see me here in my cheat sheet. I'm getting this grow box set up in my greenhouse to grow cold weather crop, a bunch of hardy vegetables in the next 3 to 4 weeks. This is pretty simple to do, and this is coming right out of the Mittleider Gardening Course book. I'm using the 5th edition book. This is coming out of chapter 23, Cold Weather Gardening, on pages 213 to 230. Our materials list is pretty simple. We're going to need 2 different diameter of PVC. One of them is a 3/4 inch, 200 psi PVC, and that's what we're going to make all the sleeves that you see in my tote there, and the sleeves are attached to the outside of the grow box. We're going to cut all of those out of 4 10-foot pieces of 3/4 inch, 200 psi PVC. The arches, which I've already got made from years past, we need 7 pieces of 1/2 inch Schedule 40 PVC, and those are also in 10-foot lengths. You're going to cut those in half, make a jig, a heat gun, and bend your arches. Now, tools, you're going to need, of course, screws, and I've got 2-inch screws. I've got a hammer and a block. The block goes over the top of the sleeve so that I don't deform it when I'm beating on it to drive it into the ground. And I've got an impact driver. You can use a drill, you can use whatever to install the screw. All of our PVC, the 3/4 inch, is scheduled 200, and this is important. The 200 is a thinner wall than a schedule 40. Let me show you. The wall on the schedule 200 is quite a bit thinner than that on the schedule 40. And if you go with a schedule 40 in the 3/4 inch, you won't be able to get the 1/2 inch to slide inside of it. Now, after you have all of your lengths cut to 15 inches, we're going to pre-drill a hole. And that hole is through, it's hard to see, but it's through both walls of this 15 inch, 3/4 inch PVC. And the reason for that is just to make it easier to put your screw in. Trying to get a screw started on a round piece of PVC can be a challenge, so we're pre-drilling it. That is 6 inches from the top, and this will get driven into the ground. Put the block over the top of it, pound on it with a hammer, and get it flush or just below the surface, this top part of the grow box. That way you can still use a board to level out the growing medium that you're putting in your grow box. The first one goes at the end of the box, and then every 30 inches on both sides, the length of the box. One screw, and that screw holds the sleeve in place, and it also stops the arch at the right height, so they're all the right height, the entire length of the grow box. After I have all of this up, I'm going to cover it with plastic, and I am going to use a greenhouse plastic. If you use a cheap, inexpensive carpenter's plastic, it's not as thick. It won't do as good a job at protecting from the cold elements, and it will also become brittle in the cold and can quickly fall apart. It's going to be cheaper, but it's not going to last you long or do as good of a job of protecting the crops. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. I'll turn the camera back on real quick and show you what it looks like with all the arches on it. All right, here it is with all the arches on, and those sleeves are all secured in place. It is ready to be covered with a full sheet of plastic now. I have got 2 pieces of plastic that are scabs left over from the end walls that I recently did, and I just threw it over the top to give you an idea of what it would kind of look like. I did not mention earlier in the video, and I should have, you don't have to do this over a grow box. You can do this out in your garden over a soil bed. If you are a Mittleider gardener and you have a 4-foot grow box, you can also do this over a 4-foot grow box. It's actually a little bit easier. You don't have to heat and form the arches with a 4-foot box. You can just make an arch out of the length of PVC. And the instructions for doing those are also in the Mittleider Gardening course book, the same chapter that I talked to you about, and the same pages. You can get the book if you don't have it. It is available on Amazon, or you can go to the Grow Food website and find it there. I have not mentioned it in previous videos, but there is a Mittleider Gardening course Facebook group. I am a member there, and it's a fantastic group. If you have questions, you can ask questions there, or as always, you can leave a comment down below and I'll try and get to it for you. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope to bring you more videos like this in the future.